Hello, wonderful ladies. Happy Thursday. Happy to be back on a Thursday live, but I know you were in good hands with Laura last week. I saw the comments. Everyone loved the content, which who wouldn't? But today we're getting started on something really exciting, which everyone loves the name Laura, by the way, which is Job to Joy, J.O.B to J.O.Y, right? And how to transition into a full time investor. And full time doesn't mean full time hours, right? Like for some investors, they work full time hours by choice, but eventually you'll delegate out and it wouldn't be full time hours. In real estate, Laura says it all the time, and I agree. The more you make in real estate, the less you actually work if you delegate properly. So, we put together this amazing, really great PDF that went out on Tuesday. So, if you haven't seen it, just comment below that you'd like the PDF. But if you're watching, I would love to say hello. So please say hi so that we see you're on. And and also just really excited to kind of talk today. So Laura, you ready to go? Bring it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Welcome everybody. I know we're getting ready for a holiday weekend here, so we're gonna keep this short. But I wanted to also give you some food for thought. A lot of you watching this particular video are wondering, how can I transition out of my job into real estate? And I want to share briefly my story of how I did it, so that maybe you can get some golden nuggets, as I say, out of it. So first of all, I started real estate back in 1987. I was a residential broker for a few years. Then went into investing formally into 1991, buying rental properties, and I got into wholesales and fix and flip. But I was also pursuing my MBA, and I had three small children. So my life was quite busy. And then I started working into as an assistant controller in metal commodities, financial analyst. So I had a very demanding job, and I had three small children. And that was one of the reasons that I saw real estate as my escape route, to really live the life on my terms, not having the kids in a daycare all the time, and just being able to also afford a certain lifestyle with my children. So in 95, I made the decision to transition out of real estate, into real estate from the job. So yeah, I'm going to give you the three main things that I did that really helped me transition. And please also download the PDF that we share with you at the beginning of the week that goes more into a lot of details, because it has to do a lot of it. You have to get the mindset there, right? The mindset to say, okay, I want to do this. I always say, you get to the point in your life that you have to do it. Enough is enough. I'm not going to stay in this position anymore. Until you get uncomfortable with being comfortable, you're not going to make a change, period. And it happens with anything. It happens with a job. It happens with relationships. It happens with moving, everything. You have to get to a point where you're uncomfortable being comfortable. So that was me in 95. Yes, I had a good job. Yes, I had everything going, but it was like, I have to make a decision now. Otherwise, I'm going to spend the rest of my life sitting behind the desk with my kids in daycare, not being able to travel and afford the thing I wanted to do. So I did three things. Number one, I made a decision. I made a decision and I gave myself a deadline. So this was in June of 95, and I said 6 months. I'm going to give myself 6 months to quit the job. Okay, so that's the first thing. I made a decision. Number two, this is where I had to manage my time. Okay. So I decided that I was going to do whatever I could. Now, remember, in 95, we didn't have all the tools and technology that we have today, or softwares or anything like that, right? It was pretty much really rudimental. We had the first computers really on a mass level, personal computers, as they call them. But, we didn't have a lot of the tools. We had a fax machine, we had a phone, $1 a minute, but it didn't matter whether there's a will or there's a way. So I realized that if I could leverage all of this, that was going to be my escape route. So what I did is I managed my time. During lunch hour, I would go in the car and make my phone calls on my commute to work, on my commute from work. In the evening, put the kids to bed a little earlier so that I could devote about an hour to real estate, and what I would do in the evening, I would scout for properties. Back then, you would have to rely on newspapers and things of that nature. So I would pick up the newspapers, the Sunday paper, I would pick up any papers, even the penny savers from the grocery store that had the classified sections, anything I could get my hands on. So I would scout for properties. The MLS, I also looked at. So at the evening and the following day, during my commute, during my lunch hour, I would make the calls. Okay. And then on Saturday, I would make a little, now I'll go in the field. I will go look at the properties I've been talking about all week with different people. I will go driving for dollars. I will do all I had to do. Okay. So that's the third thing that I say, you do what you have to do. So you manage your time, you set aside. Is it hard? Yes. I had three small children at the time. Liz was only 6 years old. Her brother was four, and I had a 1 year old. I was finishing up in my master's degree. I was working full time. Sometimes we were demanded to work 6 days a week. So was it hard? Heck yes, it was. But the thing is, I had such a drive and I had such a determination that I was going to make this work, because I said to myself, if it worked for other people, why shouldn't it work for me? This is my ticket. This is my way out of living a certain lifestyle where I could have a certain lifestyle. So make a decision, time frame. That's important. Make a decision, make a commitment. Okay. The second thing, manage your time. See wherever you can carve a couple hours a day, afternoon, morning, evening, during lunch hour, during the breaks. I was making phone calls. I would go for coffee and go to get some water and make a quick call. I did what I had to do. And the third thing is that do what you have to do. It's not forever. That's what you said. It's not forever. It's only now until I get this going. And then, things will cool off. But do what you have to do. And actually, in about 3 months, I was in a position. And what was I doing? At this point, I had some rentals left. Most of my rentals I bought in 91. I bought actually over 40 doors in about 18 months, 16 buildings. I sold a lot of them because my husband at the time, Liz's dad, did not really like real estate. So I was trying to make things work with it, but didn't work out. That was one of the reasons I wanted to get to real estate full time, because I had to support myself. But the thing is like I did what I had to do to make it work. And I went for wholesaling because it was giving me the biggest cash. And then I turned around and invested my cash from wholesaling to buying more rentals. And then I got into other things like fix and flips and so forth. But those are the three things. Make a commitment, set yourself a deadline, manage your time properly, and do what you have to do within that time. And do the things that matter the most. Don't get hung up on things that's going to take a lot of your time. Go for the low hanging fruit. That's why we teach the quick win strategy to get you to start closing deals in the next few weeks.
And I want to follow up on that because I was talking to a student the other day. She's a single mom of four, and she was talking about carving out the time with as busy she is. She has a full time job and stuff like that. And Laura said something really important. It's not forever. And that's one thing I told her. I was like, look, you're going to have to make some sacrifices for the next 6 months to a year, maybe, right? Because especially if you're brand new, getting into this is about 6 months of pure sacrifice. Talk to your kids, talk to your family members, talk to the people in your life, being like, look, I understand I've been this way up to this point, but I have to give this dedication. But if you can give me this time to give this dedication and make these little bit of sacrifices for the greater good of my family, your life, or what have you, you can say, um, then we could live a lot better than where we're at now. And maybe you are comfortable, but you are yearning for more. So understanding that and saying that I will do what it takes to make those sacrifices temporarily so that the rest of my life could be better. And so understanding that, but it does come down to what she said is the decision that this is going to happen no matter what. And that I'm going to do what it takes, that no matter what, that's what will happen for me because I believe in this. I think us now, especially with social media, we really fall into instant gratification versus long-term gratification. We expect and want things to happen now, which is a great mindset to have. But when you have that mindset, also, if it does not happen as quick as you'd like it, you start doubting it, giving up too quick. And I've seen so many people give up when, like, most likely 99% of the time, their success was the next step, right? And so, one of the things is that if you do what people are telling you that are actively investing, that are doing really well, like mentors and things like that, know that you're just there. You're right there. And to transition from job to joy, there are sacrifices. Anything worth having does not always come easily. And real estate's one of that. If everyone could make it in real estate, if everyone had that grit a real estate investor has, then everyone would be well off. But there's a grit to it. And like Laura said, there was a 6-month time frame where the sacrifices had to be made for the greater good. But now look at her. Look at her thriving. Look at me thriving. I actually did a post on this today without, like, I knew what we were talking about, but it wasn't in the forefront of my mind when I made my status. So if you're on there, you could go look at the status I made. But one of the things it comes with sacrifices. But I don't like the word sacrifice because I feel like there's such a negative thing to that. Don't think of it that way. It's a temporary thing you need to do for the greater good of your life, right? And don't settle for a good life. Go for the great life. And so, one of the things I want to remind you of is your why comes down to this. Why do you want to transform from job to joy? Why do you want to move forward in there? And really think about that. And when you can, and when you get really clear on what you want, things will open up. I talked to a lady this morning that really, really, really wants to get into real estate and just doesn't know how to do it. And I said, get clear on what you want. Get really clear, because once you do, all those opportunities you're asking for are going to come through. And so understanding that, knowing that the transition's coming through, and then taking small steps is another really important thing. Every day, not once a week, but every day doing something towards it. Because there's a quote that says if you do 1% a day, eventually you reach 365% in a year. So moving forward every single day matters. Laura, anything else you'd like to say to that?
No, no, that's so well said. So, like I said, it's a matter of making that decision. And like I said, think about it. Different times in your life, I'm sure you had to make some hard decisions to change. And one of the best quotes I've heard lately that I've lived by is that the universe doesn't give you what you want; it gives you who you are. So, at the end of the day, who are you, right? If you want to transition into real estate and live in life on your terms and you have a certain vision for yourself, then be that person. Do whatever it takes to be that person, because then the universe is going to conspire to give you exactly what you need to be that person. But you'll have to make that decision first.
Definitely. So while we offered from anyone that attended our workshop on Tuesday on wholesaling, we offered a way for you guys to get on and ask questions today about it. So while I pull up our raffle winner, if you have any questions about what you heard on real estate, on investing on the wholesaling side, if you were on the workshop, now is the time to ask. So go ahead and start typing, because what I'm going to do now is pull up our raffle winner. So one of the things that was really cool about this raffle is, hold on a second, I'm trying to get it, is that we wanted to help you get set up for the joy and transferring in. And one of the things to do, especially when you're used to any kind of corporate position, is that you have to include how to set up your home office for success, but also, like, we all threw in some desk accessories. So let me get that pulled up here. Now, how you get entered into our raffle is very simple. You go in and you go into our Facebook group, answer the 3 questions if you're not in there, and you start commenting. And we take the top 3 commenters, we put them in a wheel, and we spin it, and then on Thursday mornings right before the live. And then if you have 1 week to claim this by emailing in. So this winner was one of our top 3 commenters of the week. So you have 1 week to claim this prize, which your name is Jacqueline Williams. So congratulations, Jacqueline Williams. You are the winner of our raffle prize. Thank you for participating. We love having new winners in the group, new women in the group, but also we love the ladies that never fail to show up for us. So I see a lot of very friendly faces, people that have followed us for a while, old students and stuff on today. It's really fun to see that. All right, Laura. So do we want to? I haven't seen any questions come in, so I don't know if we want to kind of talk about something differently, or what do you want? How would you like to go about this?
Well, I mean, we have the masterclass coming up.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so we have a really fun masterclass coming up. And every time we do a masterclass, we really try to turn around and do different things just so it's not the same. Because we have people that have come to like almost every masterclass because they say they always learn something new that moves them forward. So our masterclass is probably going to be the last one we host this style. We're actually going to try a new style next time. But this style is really cool because it covers all the strategies. It's not one strategy or anything like that. It covers wholesaling, buy and hold, fix and flip, creative financing. We're going to have our Airbnb coach on. She's going to talk from short term to long term. She's my age. She owns almost 50 rentals. She also fix and flips at the same time. She's done a few wholesaling classes or wholesaling deals and all of that as well. So she's pretty phenomenal. We're bringing on another guest speaker that Laura met when I was actually a teen. She was a short sale negotiator. She's an agent that also invests heavily. She's lived in Thailand, was born in Italy, like Laura. That was not on purpose. That we picked her because of that, was coincidental and all that. And so it was just a very cool experience. We're going to be doing that. But we're also doing different things this time. While I am going to do mindset every day, it's basically a place where you could go and ask the questions you have. Because one of the things that I've been hearing, especially a lot lately, like I've always heard it, but heard a lot, is Liz and Laura, you guys give us tangible tips. Like things that people leave out on like the cheaper free workshops because they want you to join and pay more. They're like, you give out for free. Like they say that you put together the missing pieces. And so we are going to do a lot of that and actually give you the steps, tips, and tools throughout the week to work through and get some deals going right away. Because we are already 3 months into the new year and this is only $7. I mean, really, you can't get anything for $7, it seems anymore. I also saw the Dollar Tree is now $1.25. So it's like now everything is going up. And
It's
so
technically still in the dollar range.
yeah, exactly. But now it's $1.25. So everything is going up now to where it's we were you can't make it cheaper. I mean, you cannot literally make it cheaper. And we also have raffles going out throughout the week. Lori, you want to add anything else?
Yeah, I mean, it's the cost of a Starbucks, right? I mean, you go to Starbucks, you do that, and you learn about real estate for a whole week. So and we wanted to do it because we wanted to make really affordable for everybody. We're here to really empower women at the end of the day. We want to help, and we work with women with all walks of life, anywhere from early 20s to 70, 80 year olds. And I love to work also with older women because I can relate to them too. I'll be turning 60 here in a couple of months. And so I want to help women that are looking into retirement, that are looking to change their life, that are looking for, living life on their own terms and living well, not just live on Social Security. Because let's face it, a lot of women get to a certain point in their life, but things happen, and maybe they went through their savings, or they didn't have a chance to save, or not enough in their retirement. So we want to empower women from all level, or women younger that are looking to get into college and pay for college. That's the reason I got in real estate, honestly, was to pay for college. I didn't want to have student loans. So it says, let me go into, a little hustle, and that is very flexible. That's why I got into real estate. And then real estate said, wow, I'm making more money in real estate than my degree. But the thing is for everybody. And this master class is going to break down each day. We're going to cover a different strategy, so you get to pick wholesale. You can attend all of them, of course. By the end of the day, you're going to focus on one more than the other. And we're going to help you build a system so you can start closing deals in the next 4 weeks. Yes, 4 weeks from the time the masterclass starts. So you can see that by summer, you can have a full-fledged business going. And what also is more important even than this, because at the end of the day, women love the community, love the support, and we are a family here. And we want to spend into a bigger family. So you're going to be invited to be part of this community of amazing women that are really out there. We saw a video this morning. I think Alex put the video out on Instagram Reels, which is kind of funny, but it highlights the community, different stages from the last retreat, us going out on the field, us going on the beach, our talking, teaching, and helping, supporting each other. So check out the Instagram Reel that went out today. But that's the thing that we want to do. And so we invite you wholeheartedly to be part of the community, to join us for the masterclass. It's only $7. And trust me, you will not regret it. And I see the comments coming through here, people that have done it. That is, yeah. So I want you to be part of that as well.
Yeah, and if you're on our social media where we can't, if you comment masterclass because you can't click on the link or anything like that, my team will go ahead and message you the link. So make sure you check your others in your requests. If you are requesting stuff from us, we are replying. It just might be in like your other inbox or on Instagram. It's not in the primary. It might be in the others, like hidden requests, just because maybe we're not following each other. So just making sure that if you do ever request anything, understand that we did reply. It's just probably hidden somewhere in there, and we try to message you. But other than that, we're really excited to get going. The pre-master
And
class live
who's
is
the comment here? I don't see the person, but who says I'm a student and we still want to be in the master class because
the
it's got
lovely Wendy. I already told her get on
oh,
it.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it's good because even students like to be in it because it's kind of a summary of everything they do and put it all together in such a way, powerful way. So yeah, Wendy, I can't wait to see you in the masterclass. You're always such a great contribution to it. But yes, so this is amazing. I'm looking forward to meet everybody.
yeah, and we have our pre-master class live on Thursday where I'm going to kind of talk about, not kind of, where I am going to talk about what to expect, how the week is going to go. I have a lot of questions. Hey, Liz, if I can't make some of the recordings, what do I do? The recordings are available the entire week, so you can come back and listen later. I have a ton of raffles going on and everything like that too. So it's just going to be fun. So we're going to go ahead and get off here. I have seen no questions about wholesaling, which is totally fine. I guess you'll save it for next week. And we'll talk to you then. So, but Laura, you want to say
Yeah, I
something?
just wanted to see how many of you are looking to transition from job to joy here today. Just want to see. And I want you to also put in the chat, if you watch the replay especially, put in the chat, what will it mean to you to transition from job to joy? What will it mean to you if you had a magic wand?
Instagram or YouTube, anywhere you're watching, LinkedIn, Facebook, go
Yeah,
ahead and comment.
comment, because we want to know what it will mean to you if you had a magic wand and you could make it happen. What would it mean to you? Okay, and we want to be your magic wand. We are going to be here to help you. So just be part of the community, join the masterclass. You will totally love it. And we're going to give you the magic wand.
Definitely. So we're going to come back and read the comments because I know there's a little bit of a delay from the time we see them and the time you comment. But thank you for being on today. We're really excited. For those of you that do celebrate, I hope you guys have, I know there's multiple religious holidays going on this weekend. I hope you guys all have a wonderful and safe weekend with your family and your friends. And we will see. Oop, here's one. I'm just going to feature this anyway. And we're going to go ahead and start closing out. And I want to just say one thing on this. I talk about this during our workshops, but it's not real estate that you're going after. It's the money. It's what money can do for you. It's how you can live life. So like Wendy says here, the transition will give me a freedom I have not experienced before to create my own schedule. And one time I was commenting, I was like, some of you, it's not to travel. It's not to, this is just so you can sleep in and not have to wake up and rush somewhere and get everyone out of the house, and you make money in your sleep. And everyone laughed and like, that's so true, just to control my own schedule. If I want to sleep in, I can, and I don't feel guilty, and I make money in my sleep, and I can live life and have my own schedule that's not dictated by somebody else, right? And so I agree with this wholeheartedly, that that's something that really matters. So we have the masterclass. The links are in the chat. But if you cannot, for any reason, see the links, you can definitely just comment masterclass. We'll take care of you. Okay? Awesome. All right, everybody. So I hope
Bye,
you have a
everybody.
good
Have a
day.
great weekend.